Going on, world? DS1 Ross back. Shout out to everybody. Welcome back to Sheep Stay Sleepy. Your host DS1 Ross. Appreciate all the love and support. If you want to donate, support your brother, and support this platform, you can hit the Streamlabs link. It's in the description, and it will be posted throughout the chat tonight. Tonight we're back. We're going to be talking about the social programming of Black men, the courage to be who you are. And we're going to have on my brother. Hopefully he can still come. My brother Rob. He's going to be here tonight to get this show together with me. And we're going to just bring some powerful information for y'all family. And the reason why I named the show the social programming of Black men is because a lot of us don't have the courage to be who we are. And there's a lot of things that play a part in that. And one of the main things that plague us today is definitely social programming and engineering. We don't understand how much, the things that we ingest on a daily basis play a part in why we don't have the courage to be who we are. So that's what we're gonna build on tonight, brothers and sisters. I'm gonna send my brother the link, and we're gonna get this thing together, y'all. So I appreciate all the love and the support as always. We're gonna get it in. I just sent the link out to my brother Rob. We definitely got to understand that social programming and engineering is real. I definitely do, because it's a real thing. It's not something that, people use as a cop out or as an excuse, but it's something that's real. It's something that we all deal with every day. We're all programmed and engineered to a certain extent. We all are. That's why most of our lives are ruled by the internet. You could shop online. You could buy your food online. You could pretty much live your whole life online now. You pretty much don't have to go outside anymore. We all have cell phones. If you notice in a lot of cities, they have removed telephone booths because now they expect everyone to have a cell phone. And it's like, if you don't have a cell phone and you walking around in the street, shit, you pretty much lost. If anything happened to you, you pretty much, you asked out. So society and the people who control the minds of society, they do it through this social engineering, where they make certain things necessity that wasn't necessity long ago. Having a cell phone used to be a luxury, only, business people and people who had specific jobs and, the pimps and the big time hustlers had cell phones. Now the cell phone is like a necessity of life. You know, Back in the day when I was younger, having the internet was something that was a luxury. You had to have money. You had to have money to have the internet. Your parents had to be making a nice amount of money for you to have DSL, for you to be on Yahoo Chat and all of this type of stuff. That was a luxury. Cable TV was a luxury. Wearing Jordans was a luxury. Wearing name brand clothing was a luxury. Now all of these things are normalized. Having tattoos, all of these things were luxuries. There weren't things that were necessities or things that people saw as a necessity. But now it is. Now if you don't have cable, shit, a lot of TVs don't even work because they've changed the tuning as far as the signals and stuff. You won't even get a signal on your TV unless you go buy a converter box. So social engineering is real, y'all. You know, and we're not just gonna talk about the social engineering of black men, but we're gonna talk about women. We're gonna talk about youth. We're gonna talk about people in general. But y'all know me, I like to specifically talk to the black man because I'm a black man myself. And there's a lot of things that we need to recognize and we need to take heed to as far as social engineering and programming because we're supposed to be the leaders. We're the ones, we're the guys who lay the path down for the family. So it's imperative that we understand it, and then we teach it and pass it on. So I see I got my brother Rob here. Shout out to you, brother Rob. How you doing, brother?
Yo, I'm good, D man. How you feeling, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm happy and humbled to be able to be on the platform again and speaking with you, brother. I appreciate you without hesitation jumping on the topic. Social engineering is definitely part of the reason why people don't have the courage right now to be who they are. You know what I'm saying? And so, of course, it's an undercurrent to what what I suggested, in terms of the title. Um, and that is definitely a huge aspect, what I'm saying, social engineering. So I'm just hoping to, just lend my voice to the topic, and hopefully it's, eye opening and enlightening for, for the listeners, you know what I mean? But I appreciate you tackling the topic.
Man, no doubt, man. No doubt. It's always a pleasure, you know, to have you here on my platform and to bring that fire, man, because I always respect and honor you, bro, because you're a black educator, man. And that's, when you're doing that nowadays, man, you a pillar in the community. I respect that. It takes a lot of courage to do what you're doing, because you could be off doing something else. You could be up under somebody's car fixing their engine, man. You know what I'm saying? Just, just to feed your family, but you put yourself in the wilderness, man. You put yourself not only in the wilderness as far as teaching the children, but in the wilderness of all of these crazy policies that help keep the children down, that help um mess up the minds of these kids and help them become underdeveloped mentally because you understand what goes on within the school system. So what you doing is something that takes a whole lot of courage, man. And I'm pretty sure, you know, shit affects you, man, because you're passionate. You're passionate about what you're doing. So I know when things are going wrong, sometimes, you come home and you feel a little fucked up, man, because you really care and that what's out for what
Man,
that what's out here for these kids, they really don't have much out here for us, man. So I commend you, bro.
no doubt. You started chopping up, but I can make out what you were saying. I'm hoping that I'm coming through clear. And so, just to give you an idea of why I wanted to, tackle the topic of having the courage to be who you are, right? It was a young man, that go to my school. Of course, I'm gonna leave him unnamed. And this young man, voiced out loud to me like, man, I really don't understand these niggas, Mr. Williams. Your ass, you be around here, you talking to them, you begging them, you doing this, you doing that, and they still won't do right. How do you do it? How do you come back every day and be on the same thing and don't never let up? How do you do it, bro? Right? So I told him, I said, Shorty, look, you either gonna take the victory for the moment or you looking down the road for the big victory, you know what I'm saying, the championship. Sometimes people want to win them regular season games, right? But when the championship come, fam, that's when they nuts go back in. You know what I'm saying? That's when they can't be a man. You see? And so what I was trying to explain to him was, you know, and this was my words verbatim to him. I say, look, bro, I have to model the behavior that I'm looking for you to have because I know it's some dark days ahead for you. You know what I'm saying? He like, man, how do you know that? I said, man, come June, when you get your diploma and you walk across the stage and people done bought you these flowers and balloons and your mama crying and and all of this. And then now I'm not calling your crib like, hey nigga, get up, come to school. You know what I'm saying? I ain't on you in the hallway like, hey, could you get out of her face? She got a future. You not in it. I ain't on that no more with you, right? You know what I'm saying? What's gonna motivate you? What's gonna make you, what's gonna compel you, right, to be successful within yourself and then continue no matter how much people hate on you, talk about you, call you a fool, call you a lame, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third. What's gonna compel you to be who you are? And so he sat there for a minute. I mean, he was really contemplating it. Like, damn, man, I don't know. I said, very simple, brother. You need courage. You know what I'm saying? You don't need nothing more than that. You need courage. Now, some people call it intestinal fortitude and all these old lavish names. But in essence, what you need is courage. Now, it's just ironic that we talking about this topic on the, anniversary of the assassination of our good brother, Dr. Martin Luther King. Oh my goodness. Courage. That man embodied courage. For all these people that be out here talking all them old strange things about Dr. King. He cheated on his wife. Man, he had us integrating with white folks. He had us doing this. He had us doing that. Look, while he was doing it, niggas was hating on him, right? While he was doing it. And after he did, they still can't stop. They still can't stop. But did he stop? No, he didn't stop. And what compelled him, fam? What compelled him? Well, he was a Baptist preacher. I guess you could say it was faith. You know what I'm saying? I guess. But to me, in my mind, right? Dr. King had more courage in his pinky than all of the leaders that we see nowadays. You know what I'm saying? More courage in a fingernail clipping than half of these brothers that be on YouTube talking about people silly for not agreeing with their ideology. You see, Dr. King was doing real work, and he knew that them cameras was on him. And what did he do? He modeled the behavior. That's what he did. He didn't justify himself by going around telling people, you know what I'm saying, you should hate on me, you should get with me. He would say real cryptic stuff like, at some point, silence is betrayal. You know what I'm saying? He would say real cryptic stuff like, there is nothing in the world more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. We have a moral obligation to be intelligent. This is what he was saying to people that was hating on him. You know what I'm saying? In the midst of white folks threatening his life, calling his house pretty much 24/7, talking about they gonna kill him. That take courage. Now, you don't have to agree with my paradigm. That's fine. That's cool. You want to say that Dr. King, cheated on his wife and all of this. Okay. Well, if you want to do that, think about the courage that Coretta Scott King had to continue to march with this man, hold that in, because she knew that the image of her husband was bigger than her. She didn't fall victim to all of that old social engineering, that old kumbaya, you know what I'm saying? Women's lib and all. After his death, she could have aired him out. No, what did she do? She just continued to live with dignity. That's all she did. And she continued to protect her husband's legacy. You see, when somebody do you wrong, and you don't do them wrong right back because they did you wrong, in your mind, in American society, you would be justified. You would, right? But it take courage. It take real deal courage to be who you are. You're not a thug. You're not a thought. Some people believe that they scholars. You're probably not a scholar, because you haven't written anything for other scholars to pick you apart. So you're not a scholar. If you don't have anything written, you're not a scholar. You're a student. And it takes courage to accept where you are in the world and then compel yourself to put yourself in a position to be able to talk with some authority. That's just real talk now. Now, sometimes people don't like what I gotta say. Sometimes I rub people the wrong way. Motherfucker tell me they gonna kill me pretty much every day. I don't give a fuck. The reason why is because I know what my destiny is. I know what my intentions are. And I go toward them with all courage, fam. I'm not afraid to fail. I just take calculated chances. That's it. I'm not afraid. I could easily go back to the bank and make money. You right, brother. I could easily just sit in my alley. You know what I'm saying? People know I do quality work. I could just do break jobs all day and make the same amount of money I'm making right now. I could do that. I really could. You know what I'm saying? I worked on the west side of Chicago for 8 years. I went direct, fam. I went to the guy that called it and told him, hey, Shorty can't sell weed for you in the morning because that nigga got to come to school. Nigga, who is you? Yeah. I'm Mr. Williams. I work at the school. I'm trying to get Shorty to graduate. Imagine, fam. Imagine how much courage that's gonna take to holler at the dude that call it over the Lords. You know what I'm saying? Right there on Sacramento and in between Sacramento and Ohio, over there off of Kedzie. So anybody out west that know the dude that call it over the Lords or out there, ask them about that crazy nigga from their school that came to holler at him that day. Hey man, my track record is what it is. So I don't have no problem, getting on YouTube, showing my face, telling y'all that I ain't got it all figured out. Man, I'm very humble with my opinion, when I'm giving it, when I'm stating facts, oh, it's gonna be a fact. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have no problem with you crying when I tell you that. It take courage to do that. It take courage to tell somebody the truth. That's what it take. It take courage.
Man, man, that's real. That's real, man, because it definitely takes a lot of courage for you to go to that dude and say, listen, man, I'm trying to make sure that this dude have a future. Regardless of what he doing out here for you, it's important that this brother have a future or this sister have a future. So that takes a lot of courage, man. It takes a lot of courage. And just by you saying that and using the word courage, I noticed that a lot of people, you know, they get caught up in these words and they like using certain words. So what we gonna do for the people is we're gonna look up what courage is specifically.
Oh man, I love words. I'm an MC, you know what I'm saying? I'm an MC, so of course I love words, and I follow etymologies. And I mean, I feel like people are gonna be empowered when we look this up. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead and look it up. So, cause I love when I'm doing bills, especially when I'm speaking with my students. Man, my room is gonna be full of dictionaries, all type of dictionaries, abridged dictionaries, Webster's. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use all of them. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Okay. It says courage, the ability to do something that frightens one, the strength. It says strength in the face of pain or grief. Synonyms for courage is bravery, valor, fearlessness, nerve, daring, audacity, boldness, heroism, gallantry, cojones, balls, spunk.
Yes.
So, so what you just showed when you went down there in the hood where you know who run the area, you showed fearlessness to that dude. You showed your student that you weren't afraid to go and tell that dude, listen, this dude this dude gonna get an education. You was
Hey, bro.
fearless. You was
Hey,
fearless, bro.
hey, look, let me tell you, man. Let me tell you, bro. It's this one shorty, man. I'm gonna try to get him on YouTube. He don't be really he be a little too busy to be messing around with us or whatever, right? But I'm gonna try to get him on, right? This man was literally rolling dice, right? He rolling dice. I'm on lunch break. I'm walking past them rolling dice. This the start of school. I'm like, hey, dude right here, you on next. Nigga, no, you not. Pick your fucking money up. You know what I'm saying? Pick your fucking money up. We going to the school right now, nigga. Hey, like, man, who is this dude? Dude just shaking his head like, man, it's Mr. Williams, man. Just fuck it, Joe. I'll holler at y'all later. You know what I'm saying? Cause he already know what I'ma do, G. I'ma call that nigga PO. I'ma call that nigga mama. I write his daddy in jail. I mean, I do whatever needs to be done. Here it is, man. Man, rest in peace to my good brother, man. His name was Kent Nolan, right? He used to see my passion and see me, you know, speaking all these highfalutin ass words and sharing all these intimate details about Black history. He pulled me to the side. The man had a super deep voice, right? He say, "Hey, Williams, come here, come here." I'm like, yeah, Dr. Nolan, what's going on? What I do? What happened? He say, man, hey, come in my office. Come in my office. Right? I come in the office. He shut the door. So I shut the door. He say, Williams, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Now with that, go back out there. I love what you're doing. Keep it up, kid. You know what I'm saying? So, man, bro, that got me to start thinking that, you know what, bro? Instead of teaching kids about the culture of Ma'at, right? Or instead of teaching kids about, hey, you're from Morocco originally. Hey, your ancestors did not come on slave ship. Instead of teaching them that, right? Let's teach them how to agree to disagree. Let's teach them how to genuinely be able to be in the room, have a civil conversation with somebody that you totally disagree with without killing them. Let's do that. Let's focus on the basics. Let's teach this young man that, look, that sister, even though she might be giving you some rhythm, right? Just because she will, don't mean that you should. You know, basic shit, bro. You see what I mean? We I think we out thinking the problem to the point where our mind is so in the clouds that we ain't no good here on earth. Talking with regular people about regular shit. We on A1 and we ain't covered B yet. You know what I'm saying? We can't even all agree to just be black and fuck with each other. We can't even agree on that. You know what I'm saying? So, when I say when we looking at that definition, bro, you know what I'm saying? If you look at the antonyms of those words, these are some of the antonyms, right? Ambivalence, aloofness. You know what I'm saying? We sitting around and we hoping that somehow, some way, shit just gonna change, gonna fix itself. That's not how it works. Somebody got to do the work, bro. Somebody got to literally tell Shorty, hey, you can't be going around just shooting motherfuckers. That's your brother. Nobody ever told him. Nobody ever told him. And we don't have the mechanisms or systems or culture in place to be able to offer them anything other than a good word, a goddamn lecture. Look, man, I be looking for resources. Hey, brother, you run an all-black construction company. I got 19 young men that's about to graduate my school. This is a literal conversation I had a month and a half ago, and that's why I be so goddamn mad, bro. You know what I'm saying? You run an all-black construction company. Yes? He said, yeah. Man, how long you been in business, brother? 19 years. 19 years, man. Man, that's an accomplishment, brother. That's an accomplishment. But hey, I got these 19 young men, they want to get into construction. I ain't saying that you take on all 19. What if I gave you my cream of the crop? Oh, man, I don't mess with them young niggas. Whoa. Wait, brother. Wait. Look, I'm saying I'm gonna send you some young men. I can speak to their character, you know. They just need an opportunity so that after I graduate them, they won't go back to the block, brother. You know. Could you just mentor him then? Can we just say that he got an internship? And when I get my check from Chicago summer job program, I can pay them through me. I can pay them through that grant, and you just have him at 2 or 3 as an intern this summer. Well, I'm a man, I don't want to lie to you, young man. You seem like a decent young man. But I just don't have the time or the energy. That's what he told me, fam. That's what he told me. So
Wow.
this is what I said to him. I said, well, look, brother, I wish you all the success that is due to you. Everything that's supposed to come to you in business, brother, I honestly, I hope the creator give it to you. But these young men, they need brothers like you. And I'm hoping that you reconsider. I'm not gonna send you another email. I ain't gonna call you no more. I was hunting this man, bruh. I hunted that man for 15 days at least, direct, G. So that's what 3 weeks? Call, got the his secretary. Oh, he's not in now. Oh, he can't take your call. Oh, he's out of town for 15 days, for 3 weeks, G. And then that's what he told me. So I told him, I said, man, I miss you. I wish you all the success in the world. Everything that's supposed to come to you, I hope it come. And I hope it come in buckets, brother. You have a good day. Got off the phone with him, and I don't want to call his business and belittle the brother at all. I just simply say that the people, when you got an opportunity to help your people, you got to have the courage to tell anybody and everybody, hey, I'm a reach for this young man. I got a good feeling about him. Simply only because he black. We got to get back on that, bro. That's not prejudice. That's not prejudice. That's self-preservation. You see the greatness in your own people. You see the imagination and the creativity and the strength and the diligence. You see it before they see it. I promise you, D. Man, nigga, man, most black people look at life through white folks' eyes. They not gonna look through their own eyes, and they ain't gonna look out for their own self-interest. I give you an example, right? What's this, 2018 now? In 2017, Cook County, which is run by Tony Pepprinkle, former former teacher in CPS. She is now the president of Cook County. Cook County is the third largest fucking county in the whole country of the United States of America. They had roughly about $170 million in contracts to clean up Cook County. I double dog dare you. Ask me how much money did black folks make black businesses here in Chicago make with the county, being that the president of the county, the president, right, where black folks overwhelmingly voted for her, right? How many contracts did she award to black businesses? Well, goddamn it, $0, nigga. I keep telling y'all, politics is the business of spending our tax money. And if we don't organize, we not gonna see a red goddamn cent. That's real talk. Ain't nobody gonna fix our problem but us. The savior is not coming, you him. And all your inaction, all your ambivalence toward our problem. I ain't talking about the people in the chat. I'm talking about in general. You know what I'm saying? The morale of black folks here in America now that Barack Obama out of office, and oh, what are we gonna do? This crazy motherfucker Trump. This is our opportunity to organize and take over while we'll not take over because we can't even agree to be black, right? But not take over, but at least organize so that we can, you know, offer a couple of jobs to our kids, open a couple of black schools. We can do it now. We can do it now. We got everything we need. This is the most educated generation of Africans in the Americas in the history of history. Damn. Why can't we do it, man? Man, bro. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I be mad than a motherfucker listening to some of the people on YouTube. Mad than a motherfucker. Well, he got a point. He got his right to, state his opinion. But this shit he's saying, this shit is devastating. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, wow, how can you fix your mouth to say some of that shit? That's all. You know, I'm not a perfect man, bro. I'm not a perfect man. I got some flaws, you know what I'm saying? I got some habits, you know. Uh, I need to stop, a couple of these habits I get, you know what I'm saying? Just for my overall health. And but I do it in discretion, you know what I mean? It ain't like I'ma just be, out in the mall with my eyes red than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I might run into one of my students. I might run into some parents. So if I'm doing that, I'm doing that at the crib. You know what I mean? Discretionary. You know what I mean? But and that's just me, you know what I'm saying, admitting my weakness so that I can grow from it. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with most people. They don't have the courage to admit their weakness. Oh, they hold on to that motherfucker. They keep it in they inside pocket. Oh, please don't bring that up. Skeletons in the closet make you less of a man or a woman. When you can't confront your fear, that's you can't have any courage. You can't even have any boldness, let alone courage. You can't have that if you don't at least address some of the weaknesses that that's just the way I am. That's just the way you are in folly. That's what it is. Don't you see? We socially engineered to think this way. We the weird ones, fam. That's why when you get to trying to talk to your homies and shit, you know what I'm saying, about, black history and all of that shit. Baby man, get your ass up out of here with that shit right there, nigga. Pass me a bill. You know what I'm saying? That's just
Facts.
what that's just what it is, man. My fault, Joe. I know I be going. But that's just what it is, man. Go ahead, man.
I mean, I absolutely agree, bro.
Mm. Yeah, you can see, man. I just got a lot on my mind, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of glad that things worked out the way that they did last night. Cause I would have got the japping, you know what I'm saying? I'd have been on for 2 hours talking shit, you know what I'm saying? I was really worked up yesterday. But this is not directed at anybody that does this type of media on YouTube. This not directed at anybody in particular. But if it hit home, yeah, I was talking about you. You know what I mean? But anyway, we spend so much time putting our own people under a microscope and judging them. When I just told you here in Cook County, every other ethnicity made that $170 million, and nobody has exposed that. See, I don't have a large platform. You know what I mean? I got the people that listen to me, when I go on, pretty much everybody in the chat, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I fucks with you. You know what I'm saying? I comment a little bit in these chat rooms, but I just feel like, man, I don't know if y'all was peeping it when they was talking about the origin of the white man and where did he come from, right? Let's be very, very clear. You know what I'm saying? And history tell the story, right? Uh Race really was invented for economic reasons. And they were invented right here. Please understand that. For the rest of history, race is really a new thing, a new phenomenon. You know what I mean? People didn't go by race. That's only been in existence for about, and I'm stretching here, maybe 650 years. You see? So we living in a social construct, you know, and we have accepted um their definitions. I'll give you an example, and it's a quote from Dr. Wade Noble. He talks about power. If you're not familiar with Dr. Wade Noble's, um, man, just go and listen to the brother. I mean, man, Anyway, here go the quote, man. I'm getting off the point. The quote go: "Power. Power is the ability to determine someone else's reality and then make them accept the definition as if it was theirs." I'll repeat it one more time so it can sink in, right? Power is the ability to determine someone else's reality and then make them accept the definition as if it was theirs. In layman's terms, you know what I'm saying? This your life. Oh yeah, this my life. Yeah, man, it's great. It's great. I'm balling. You balling? How? How? Somebody pays you, bro. You're not balling. You don't make money, you're paid. It's a difference. It's a difference. It's a difference between having money and being wealthy. There's a difference. People that are wealthy make money. People that are wealthy make money. They make it. The products that you buy that you feel like they're a necessity, like a cell phone, for instance. It's not necessarily a necessity. It's just a huge convenience. You see? But you done made it an artificial necessity. Let's be very clear. Necessities are shelter, right? Food, water, the ability to reproduce, those are necessities. You know what I'm saying? Cell phones, cars, $300 belts, not a necessity, fam. It's not. You know what I mean? That's just the bottom line. And until we can end to end have a vertical business model that we own end to end, you know what I'm saying? We're paid. And so if they can pay you, how much money do you think they have? You see, we look at LeBron James and we say, oh man, he's rich. He is rich. But they're paying him, don't you see? He doesn't own the venue. He doesn't own the basketball that he dribbles. He doesn't own the uniform that he wears. He doesn't own it, you know? And so perspective is a funny thing. Let's expose that. Let's expose all of the owners in the NBA. Let's just look all into their family. How did they get their money? You know what I'm saying? How long have they owned this? You know what I'm saying? How did they come about, putting the money up? It's not like, people got like, hundreds of millions of dollars in their house. You know what I'm saying? That money was wired from somewhere. You know what I mean? And then they had to make all these business deals, you know, the United Center. Think about that for a second. That's an airline company. Think about that do you think United Airlines care about basketball? Hell no. But every time somebody goes to a Bulls game, who do you think gets advertised? United. If somebody's coming to the United Center, more than likely they're gonna fly if it got anything to do with the Bulls organization on United. Don't you see? You see? So they own their things from end to end. That's what we got to get to, man. That's what we got to get to, and we got to expose that, not each other. The flaws in each other. That's just the topic that we should just have a referendum on. No more exposing this and that. You can disagree, but don't go tear down, some of our people in history that did the work. I deeply disagree with Seti and young Pharaoh so-called exposing Elijah Muhammad. That's just, that's just something you just don't do. You just don't do. You can disagree with the ideology. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? You can disagree with the ideology, But you don't go and tear that man down. He got a family. He got wives and daughters and sons, and you were just all on YouTube talking crazy about their daddy. Damn, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, people just don't have like a sense of self-respect no more. Or, it's just no filter now. You know what I'm saying? That's not who we are. That's not who we are. Black folks, man, how we raise our kids. That's not who we are. You know what I'm saying? Go to timeout, Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? No, we don't do that. We don't do that. Hey, come here. Pow. Don't do that no more. I believe in whooping kids. I mean, not, you know what I'm saying, not to the point where, you abusing them, but the threat of violence, man, that's a great parenting tool. So when you not there, right? When your shorty in the store, the store owner, he using the washroom, nobody watching him. He could just grab that candy bar and walk out. What compels him to stay? Because he know that if he get caught and it get reported back to you, he know what's gonna happen. You see what I mean? So the threat of violence, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's a great parenting tool. You don't necessarily have to whoop your kids. What you got to have is a culture inside of your home to where accountability, you know what I'm saying, and consequences go hand in hand. You know what I mean? Because that's the real world. That's the real world. You know what I mean? Now, when kids get grown, I wouldn't suggest that you keep whooping your kids past the age of, 15, 16. I mean, that could be an explosive situation. You know what I'm saying? But you should have had done the work before they got to that age. You know what I'm saying? If you trying to you got to discipline your son, your daughter. She 15, he's 16, and this the first time you ever had to tell them stop. The first time you ever had to tell them no. Well, hell, fam, you done lost. You done lost. He got to learn them lessons on his own, man. But I just wanted to make sure that I say that. I feel like there's enough dirt that our true enemies are doing to where we need to have the courage to expose them, no matter what the consequences are, and take that nanoscope off of our people. Because that we still need Muslims. We still need, hey, these people, all this old division y'all talking. Hey man, I work with whomever. You a Christian, I work with you. You a 7-day Adventist, I work with you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fronting. I work with anybody that I think can help, right? And I'm probably not gonna be converted to your way of thinking. I got my own way of thinking. As long as we can be respectful to each other, have civil conversations. That's where it starts. That's where it starts. We on a team. We on a team. Everybody got to play their role. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't pin no roses on myself for being an educator. I mean, I take my job serious because I understand, that I can influence somebody, you know what I'm saying? So I take my job serious, right? But uh I don't think that I'm doing bigger than, what I'm saying, the plumber. Because after I'm able to graduate my student or whatever, hell, I gotta send them somewhere to get employed. That's why the plumber role is that important. Not only do he fix pipes, but he can show the next generation how to get money. So we can start us a goddamn roto rooter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? We got to stop competing with each other, like, and start collaborating. You know what I'm saying? Wendy's make money selling burgers. McDonald's make money selling burgers. White Castles, they make money selling burgers. Pepsi and Coke, they sold in both of them, and all them goddamn restaurants. And all of them making money. Why can't we work together like that? That's what I be so perplexed by. Why can't we work together like that? You know. But that's just me dreaming, man. With my eyes open. That's all. That's me dreaming with my eyes open, man. You know what I'm saying? I respect Dr. King and all the work that he did. Do I agree with every facet of the movement and all that? Of course I don't. But that's me having 2020 vision. I can look back on what he did and see his flaws. Wait till somebody look back at our flaws. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta stay humble, bro. Humble. It's a degree of intelligence and having the ability to be humble. Because you can learn something now. The man that know everything can't learn nothing. All right, I'm about to shut up, man. I sound like I'm in the hallway at school now. You can go ahead, fam.
Yeah, yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, man. I totally agree with everything you saying, bro. But and what you really touching on, this is why I spoke on the aspect of social engineering and programming, because a lot of us don't understand how this plays a part in our thinking. It plays a part in how we socialize with each other. So let's just go to the definition of what social programming is. I'm gonna share the screen so everybody can see it. It says social programming is the set of instructions each of us learned to fit in with society. Let's read that again. Social programming is the set of instructions each of us learned to fit in with society. So let's think about the current climate in society dealing with black people. Most of us are based and dwell in materialism. That is because that is some of the things that was set up for us to learn. So we can just remain slaves. Because what we'll do is, if all we want to do is look fly and go out and party and be drunk all the time, we'll stay just going, having our little jobs, and you know, never really accomplishing nothing in life. And that's something that we've learned. It says our family members, school teachers, and peer groups were all part of the socialization process. The long term effect of this socialization is that we seek external approval and external goals in our lives. So, this speaks directly to what you're saying, brother, on why we don't have the courage to be who we are, because we're looking for external approval. We have external goals. See, we're more focused on success instead of excellence. See, our people back back in history focused on black excellence. See, success has to do with material gain. You see, and the accomplishments that people see. But if you look at a lot of our heroes and sheroes, they focused on excellence and showing and proving who we are internally. And that's what courage is. It's an internal thing, not an external thing. See, when you have courage, you're not looking for no one to approve who you are. Courage is something that comes from within. And the reason why a lot of us lack courage is because we're looking for external approval. We're looking for that person to say, "Oh, he's smart. Oh, he know what he talking about. Oh, he got money. Oh, look at his car. Oh, look at his belt." And this is why we don't have the time to focus on the things that really matter, like life itself. You see? And like they said, our family members, school teachers, and peer groups. So even a lot of our movements have been basically shut down through this process of social program. And I know this for sure because I used to work in a school. One of my homeboys, his parents, they own a private school. And I was working in the school. And they were trying to get um they were trying to get funding for their school from the city. And they had a lot of trouble with getting the funding. So what they started to do was they started to reach out to local politicians in New York. And they end up contacting Al Sharpton's office. Now, we all know, well, not all of us, but if you got the information, we all know that Al Sharpton is a sellout. He sold his people out for what? External goals, the perks in life. This is why he sold out black people. So they came to the school, and I'm gonna be honest, bro. I went off on them dudes. You know, I went off to the point where them people left. You know, because I pretty much exposed that they weren't there to help us get what we needed. They were there to have a fucking um they were there to have a damn news moment because they came with news cameras. So the story on TV was how Al Sharpton came and tried to help this school, and hopefully they're gonna get their funding because of Al Sharpton's representation. And Al Sharpton wasn't even there. But this is what these peer groups and these people that we think are down with us, this is what they're doing. They're selling us down the road for external goals, for the perks in life, for the external approval, you know? And what one of the guys who were there and that was representing his office, he pulled me to the side and was like, "Yo, man, um, I got my own company. If you need a job, just holler at me." And I took the card, and when I went back into my office where I was working at, I sat back and I thought about it, and I said, this dude just tried to buy me off. He tried to offer me money because this is how they shut down a lot of our movements. This is how they kill the voices of our people, the true voices. They buy them off. This is what he tried to do because he figured if he hired me and he paid me enough, I would stop the activism. I wouldn't worry about my people no more because I'm doing good, because my family is okay. You see? And that's because this is something that's learned. They teach this. This is why now the cell phone is normal. This is why now the internet is normal. Because these are things that was introduced to us in, like they say, it's a set of instructions. So now when you buy a new apartment, They have a lot of the companies that just come to you. Spectrum comes to you with the internet package. So you get your cable, your phone, and your internet all in one, and you pay a set price. You see? It's interwoven into the fabric of society now. Like I said earlier, this is why they took the phone booths off the streets. Because before, if you didn't have a cell phone, you could stop and make a call at a telephone booth for 25 cents. But they got rid of that and made sure everybody had a cell phone. Not only do they use that as tracking devices, but it's a mental trap. It's a mental trap. Because now it's like, what do I do without my phone? And all you gotta do is go on social media and you'll see people posting, my phone is broke. I don't know what to do with myself. My phone is broke. I'm lost. You see this. And this is due to the effects of social programming and engineering. And look at the first page that popped up. Social programming in the matrix. You see? Everything in it can be shaped and molded to your liking. You see? See, we like to talk about the matrix, but we really don't like to speak about how we're all in the matrix. We all live in the matrix. All of us. If you got a cell phone, that's matrix technology. All of this stuff is tools of the matrix. All of it. All of it. Because it's a set of instructions. It's a guideline. It's procedure now. These are things that must happen in order for society to thrive. So we're all part of it. And you absolutely right, brother. We got to start calling this type of shit out. Because our children is socially programmed to wear these high fashions. Or they don't feel like they're good enough. If I don't wear name brand, I'm not good enough. She's not gonna like me. She's not gonna like me. I'm not handsome. I'm not pretty if I don't wear weave. This is what it's socially accepted. And what we're doing is we're not challenging those things because we don't have the courage. Because we don't have the courage. We don't have the courage to say, F your approval. F what y'all think about me. We don't have that courage no more, brother.
Man, I feel like you so right, bro. You know what I'm saying? And while you was sitting there talking, I mean, all kind of stuff flowing through my mind, man. I'm thinking about uh uh so many times, so many times I done heard parents give kids like the worst advice that I done ever heard anybody give. You know what I'm saying? And you know, even though that ain't my job, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know exactly how they was gonna take it because people funny. They funny about, you know what I'm saying, when you give them some advice on parenting. They funny about that shit. I'll just be honest with you, right? And everybody know that. That ain't no breaking news, right? Man, you know what? I think that's just too personal. So I ain't gonna share that. But I just say, right, that out loud. Some of us just gotta be realistic. You don't know it all. You don't know it all. And so when somebody that got research that can pretty much prove to you what they saying. It's contingent upon you. It's contingent upon you to listen. Look, right? Social engineering, the only way we can really expose it and people grow from it, right, is if they willing to listen. They got to be humble enough to hear the words. Look, right? Don't take my word for it. I'm gonna give you the references. The man's name, the man's name is Edward Bernays. Edward Bernays is considered the father of propaganda. After Edward Bernays, next person in line would be B.F. Skinner. B.F. Skinner. Edward Bernays is the one that got the United States to change it from the Department of War to the Department of Defense. He's the one that started the cigarette campaign that got women to start smoking cigarettes, and Philip Morris hired them before they was a multi-million-dollar company. Oh yes, this is real. Like, I'm not making this up. I don't want people to take my word for it. You can Google search it now. One more time, the brother's name, he's not a brother, white guy. His name is Edward Bernays, right? Next person, B.F. Skinner. These are two people that you can definitely look at and say that they played a huge role in the social engineering that's going on today. That's not my opinion. That's not something that I'm, you know, throwing out there lightly. Those people are responsible. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Now, there's some other political stuff that I can add on to the mixture of the social engineering construct that we get, to where we got an inferiority complex. A lot of us walk around with low self-esteem, have a low moral and ethical code. Um, those are not things that I'm just saying. It plays out in society, you know. In order for things to change, the people that know that it's wrong has to have the courage to say that it's wrong. That's why I wanted to build on that topic, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to have courage to be who you are. You the person that you know that some of this shit is wrong. You can't go along to get along no more. Them days gone. Them days is gone. And anybody that don't believe it, ask the dude that was talking about well, no, I shouldn't say that. I just say that those days are gone. They gone. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'll fall back. But one more time, the two guys, Edward Bernays, Edward Bernays, and B.F. Skinner. They are the two guys that are responsible for the social engineering that prevails society today.
And we gotta see what we gotta understand too is one of the main tools of the matrix that keeps us stuck in the matrix is propaganda. We don't understand how powerful propaganda is. Propaganda creates your perception.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what is plaguing our youth. They're seeing things and hearing things and digesting things that's molding and shaping the way they look at life. And this is why a lot of our boys don't have the courage. This is why they could sit online with their homeboys and curse each other out and talk all tough to each other, but then won't throw their hands up. It's because that's the cool thing to do, because that's what we've been socially engineered to do
Mm-hmm.
through propaganda. So, Let's look up propaganda. You're gonna look up propaganda. I'm gonna share the screen once again. So y'all
Oh
don't think
man.
I'm making nothing up.
Man, I also say I ain't trying to plug myself or nothing, but I had did a build on the power of propaganda and how it affects your thoughts, emotions, and perceptions. And so I'm very familiar with the topic, and if y'all want to revisit it, man, all good.
Oh yeah, we definitely could come back and we could definitely present your presentation to the people, and we definitely could do that, bro. But see, as y'all can see here, I'm sharing the screen. As y'all can see here, y'all see warriors, y'all see Trump. All propaganda rules and creates all of this. You see, we didn't pay attention to the propaganda that was pushed in order for Trump to become the president, for him to get elected. You see, or selected. Look at these guys here. War. What do you think creates the war? What do you think creates the perception of the people of the countries that are at war? Propaganda. That's what commercials are. Propaganda. So let's read the definition. Propaganda is information, especially of a biased or misleading nature. Biased or misleading nature. That equals lies. Used to promote, used to promote or publicize public society, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. Synonyms: information, promotion, advertising, publicity, spin. Pay attention to that one. Spin. And this is what they're doing to us. They're spinning us. They're spinning us. They're spinning you to the Michael Kors store. You see? Because they're telling you you ain't shit if you don't have a Michael Kors bag, ladies. This is why you run your ass to the Michael Kors store when you get your tax check. Because they spent you. They advertised it so much to you that it becomes normal. You see? And we have to all understand that we all are victims of this. It's not like we're out of it because we're speaking on it. No. Shit, sometimes I catch myself confused and spent. One time I was waiting at a bus stop, waiting at the bus station. I was hungry. I found myself going and grabbing a Snickers. What is what is their slogan for Snickers? If you're hungry, why wait? Grab a Snickers. So when I picked this shit up, I noticed, I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers got me. You see? See how powerful that is? That's powerful. Now let's look at
Yes.
the second definition. A committee of cardinals mm, of the Roman Catholic Church
Right.
responsible for foreign missions. You hear that? Do y'all hear that? Pay attention, y'all.
Right.
So you have specific people in society that's responsible for propaganda. And guess who they are? Religious people. Cardinals. That's a religious title to be a cardinal. You see? This is why religion is one of the biggest money makers in the world with all these goddamn mega churches and cathedrals because they control propaganda. This is why when a candidate is trying to be elected, where do he go? He go to the Baptist church in the black community. Where did Hillary Clinton go and pull that hot sauce out her pocket? You see? But then y'all crying about why these people are elected. It's because we don't have the courage to tell them to get out. The pastors don't have the courage to say, y'all are not welcomed here. And you know why? Because they don't want to miss that goddamn check. They don't want to miss that external approval. Oh, I got to take a picture with Hillary Clinton. She liked me.
Face ass.
Right. External. So we got to understand how deep this runs, man.
See, what has to happen, people have to they people tend to assume that their thoughts are their own thoughts. Like three questions very simply, and I can prove to people that they program. Well, two questions, right? Where do your thoughts come from? Where do your thoughts come from? They eat, most people would say that oh man, I'm really not sure, right? I would argue and say that your thoughts come from what you're taught and what you see. What you taught and what you see. What people model behavior in front of you, what's socially acceptable that you see, and then what you taught in school, right? Next question, right? Are you taught how to think or are you taught what to think? See? And so when people answer that question honestly, they're going to say 100% of the time that they're taught what to think. Think about McDonald's logo, right? Not after you eat this burger, you're going to love it. I'm loving it before you show up. You see what I'm saying? Before you show up. So they suggesting a thought that you have ingested and now you believe it's your thought. It's not yours. They suggested that to you and you just programmed and you simple. And you simple just like everybody else. We all fall victim to propaganda. So our issue should be to control the medians. We have to control the way that information is delivered. We have to control the medians. And if we don't control those, we're going to continue to be victims. That's what it is. If you don't have control, that means you're under someone else's control. And so you have to accept that news story. But what our master teachers tried to show us is you take the information and then you look at the information from your point of view. That's why I got such great respect for our master teachers. A Dr. Ben, Dr. John Henry Clark, saying Anthony Martin, Chancellor Williams, Amos Wilson, George G.M. James, all of these guys took the information that was out there in academia and turned it so that we would have a proper African point of view to look at for future generations. That's literally what they life's work was about. And we using it to be arguing with each other, tearing somebody down with information. Information supposed to build people up, don't it? Or am I tweaking? Once you get information that enlightens you, that's supposed to make you better, don't it? Not embarrass you, but make you better. The problem is, the problem is most of these so-called scholars that ain't written nothing so that it can't be scholarly reviewed by other people that are considered authorities on that subject, if they can't, dissect your writing, you know, then you're not a scholar. I mean, that's just literally the rules. Those are the rules. We can't change the rules because we got YouTube. Those are still the rules. You know what I mean? You have to put it out there so that I can cross-reference it and look at it and see if you regurgitating or is this original thought. If it's original thought, who you see what I'm saying? It's a whole little system to that. Just because you done read a couple of books and and all of this kind of, man, it's people that'll make your head spin talking about Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And they don't look like us. They for real deal study this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They read the Maduneta, they know all about the ancient languages. You know what I'm saying? They can tell you verbatim just like Dr. Ben. The only thing is, right? I would prefer to get it from Dr. Ben. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tear that brother down. I mean, I'm gonna respect the 40 years that he put in Egypt and respect his point of view first. You know what I'm saying? That's just the bottom line. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Will I scrutinize his research? I am. You know what I'm saying? And the things that I find that I'm a correct it in writing. I'm gonna write a book to correct it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna tear that man down. He did 40 years, he dedicated 40 years of his life, you know what I'm saying, to give us a proper perspective. You have to respect that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying it out loud that, our master teachers, they've already did the research. It's our job to continue the research and thoroughly understand what they was trying to teach us. And like I said, from now on, fam, from now on, anybody out here talking reckless on YouTube, fam, I'm gonna get in the chat room. I'm gonna try to get on a Google Hangout with them, and I'm going to be a sniper, bro. No more Mr. Nice Guy, respect everybody opinion shit. Forget that, man. Them days are gone now. Brother Right, they didn't bring it out of me, bro. So that's what it is. I'm on that. Yup, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? For real, Joe. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it ain't that I think I'm big and bad. I just feel like I have the courage, the wherewithal to say what's right. And if I'm wrong, I admit where I'm wrong. I got the courage to admit where I'm wrong. I'm a man. I know I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? But man, I ain't about to allow people to just be out here talking reckless. That's over. You know.
And see, let me touch on the whole Kemet Egypt thing.
Mhm.
See, we gotta understand something too. This is why after these people came and stole all the information like they always do, they always rename the information.
Mhm.
That's why it's called Egyptology. Because that when you go to Barnes and Nobles or any bookstore, you find all those books in a section called New Age Information.
Yes.
Why is that?
Because it's fairly new. It is. Why?
Exactly.
Hey, here it is. Why it ain't no Germantology?
Right.
Why it ain't no Australian-tology? You see? Why it ain't no Spanish-tology?
Right.
Think about it for a second. Because George G.M. James was right. They built their culture off of our story. They didn't have a culture before they met us. That's it. That's it. If you're a Vandal, right? That name come from somebody. That come from the people that destroyed the Roman Empire. Vandals. The man, I mean, like, man, bro, literally, Joe. You know what I'm saying? If we just start looking at definitions and looking at the history and looking, man, you know what I'm saying? We'll clearly know who we are and then clearly know who they are. And then that's the other thing I want to say. If you don't have the courage to love yourself in public, I'm black, I'm beautiful, I love myself. If you can't say that in public in front of other people, man, you brother, I'm a continue for people that pray. I'm gonna tell them about you. Yeah, man. Hey, put them in there. You know what I'm saying? Pray for this brother. Have some courage. Look, right? We be at work. We was talking about Stephon Clark, right? And man, I'm so disturbed by the story. But anyway, we talking about Stephon Clark, right? Some of my other co-workers come in, right? Why tell me why people start whispering? They whispering. I'm like, hey, why are you whispering? What's wrong? Like, man, did your mama come in or something? Like, I'm looking around and shit. I'm like, no, them police officers was fucking racist as hell. They some race soldiers. They went back there and shot that boy. You know what I'm saying? And I just said it out loud. I don't give a man. That's what it is. That's what it is. But we such cowards. We can't even be who we are in front of our coworkers. They gonna still respect you, fam, if you tell the truth. Wow. I was like, wow, lady, why are you whispering? Dude, that shit blew my mind, Joe. On the real, Joe. That shit blew my mind.
It
Like
goes
you could
back
see
to
massa coming. That shit was
it goes
that
back
shit
to
was funny as hell to me, Joe.
yeah, it actually speaks to the external approval. She didn't want to piss none of her coworkers off, or her white colleagues that may like her.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is. And that's why a lot of people don't speak out on certain things, or you have the new generation today who feel like a lot of that shit doesn't matter. And this is why we have the youth tearing down our heroes and sheroes who paved the way for them to even have a voice today. Because this is part of the social engineering also. We're taught to tear down what was built for us and not understanding that each generation is getting weaker and weaker because we're tearing down our history.
Right.
So what happens is now you have this rush of all of this new age information that rules the minds of our youth, where they think that they could rebuild something and they not building anything. They're actually being taught and instructed to destroy everything, but they don't see that. See, they don't understand that the social template is being pushed to them to destroy the image of Malcolm X, to destroy the image of the Nation of Islam, and to basically denounce what they've done for the black community. Martin Luther King, they don't know that they're being engineered to speak this way. And it's happened time and time again. It's happened even back in the day. And it's going to keep happening until we understand how deep this social engineering is. And this is why it's important we keep our history intact and we uphold our people.
No
We
doubt,
hold
bro.
we hold them in high regard because what that does is that immortalizes them.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of our people now it's not even being mentioned. Like it's very rare now. Do you even see schools celebrate Black History? That shit is just another day now.
Right. They
And
might
that
they might celebrate it the last Friday of the month. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. And they do that because they're trying to wash out the memories. They don't even want us to think back in our recent history, but they'll tell your ass to go back to Kemet.
Right.
And they'll tell you that because all of these Caucasian archaeologists and all of these people who actually went down there and found out the real information and not people who just regurgitating shit They heard people say through YouTube videos, these white people actually went down there. They went into the temples. They went into the tombs. They got bones and tested them. We ain't got the money to do none of that. So this is why they took all that information, compiled it, and put a new spin on it called Egyptology, which is part of New Age information.
Right,
This is what
right.
these dudes are. They're New Age scholars.
They literally studying us in real time. They literally studying us in real time. Egyptology, they literally studying us in real time. And I mean, this, Dr. Amos Wilson said best, man. They can't be who they are unless we are who we are. They power flow from our weakness. You know what I'm saying? That's where they power flow from. It flow from that. You know what I'm saying? And until we got the courage, you know what I'm saying, to put down that social engineering that's given to us, until we willing to do that and truly know who you can't truly love yourself until you know who you are. Who are you loving if you don't know who you are? Our story is that special. You know what I'm saying? To where I truly believe that if you teach a kid young, you know what I'm talking about? You teach them young about Fannie Lou Hamer, you know what I'm saying? Medgar Evers, you know what I'm saying? Teach them about these people, Harry T. Moore, Robert F. Williams, you know what I'm saying? Teach them about these people, and what they did, what they stood for, Marcus Garvey, them, you know what I'm saying? What they stood for, right? And maybe leave out the part, you know what I'm saying, just like how they do, right? Maybe leave out the part where the brother had a couple of drinks and fell on the curve in front of Fifth Avenue one Saturday in Harlem. Like, man, like, come on, man. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? When you teach them kids young about, man, bro, you should have seen how these shorties was acting when I showed them Robert F. Williams and Deacons of Defense. When I showed them who he was and what he said and how he said it, and then had the man, it's like a YouTube documentary I think they got on him. You know what I'm saying? Showed him in his own words. You know what I'm saying? Told him about Dixie radio and all of that. Man, dude, the shorties went wild, G. Went wild, like hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, you know what I'm saying? That was the 60 things was different politically, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful, we gotta be strategic, blah, blah, blah. But how empowered they were, bro. You know what I'm saying? How empowered they were when they just heard about him. Robert F. Will. People don't even mention the man's name. You know what I'm saying? Don't even mention the man's name. Don't even know who the hell Fannie Lou Hamer, who is that? You have no idea how many times I hear that from grown folks. I ain't talking about the kids. They kids. I ain't blaming them. They kids. It's our job to teach them. It's our job to get excited when we start talking about our own history, because we modeling the behavior. You see, when they get older and got some free time and all of that, what you think they gonna want to know more about their own story? You know what I'm saying? But you got to teach them young when they, you know what I'm saying, when they ripe, Joe, and they got the energy behind it. All of the major movements, it was by young people, man. It was young people. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is.
I agree. I agree. So I ain't gonna hold you too much longer, big bro. But
Yeah.
before we go, let's give the people some solutions. So um, what do you think some solutions are? You could give the people how many solutions you want, and then I'll give my solutions, and then we could close out.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, at first I ain't gonna lie, I used to feel like cultural identity. would have been the number one thing to try to spur our people to unite and start working together on little things. So I've been at that for a while. I ain't gonna lie, but I've been at that for a while, and it's not working out too good. So my solution now, I give to the people: try to get around some people that's doing better than you, so that they can elevate you. You know what I'm saying? Try to get around some people. Try to get around, put some people in your circle that's doing a little bit better than you. And I ain't talking about just economically either. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are morally and ethically deficient. You know what I'm saying? Get around some people that's doing a little bit better than you. You know what I'm saying? And then try to make sure that you stay in contact with like-minded individuals. You know what I'm saying? Stay in contact with them. You don't do nothing but just, you know, hey, what's up on Facebook, or call them, text them, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to keep this small little circle, man. Because the masses, they running rampant right now. You know what I'm saying? They running rapid. So once all like-minded individuals, once we can kind of get a little small network together, I got a plan. You know what I'm saying? I got a plan. You know what I'm saying? Just like how I had the 70-30 rule plan, I got a plan on how we can start spending money with each other exclusively. My solution is, you know what I'm saying? That was long-winded. My solution is, though, plain and simple, and this would be the walk away: we got to start being prejudiced with our money. You ain't even got to call nobody no cracker. You ain't got to get on YouTube and talk about Stephon Clark. Ain't nobody going to know nothing about what you doing. You just got to be prejudiced with your money. Every time you can be prejudiced with your money. You know what I'm saying? And then us linking up together with like-minded individuals, like I say, just keep in contact with them so that you can put them on to this little plan that I got. And I'm hoping to get it launched this summer. So stay in tune for that, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's my solution for tonight.
Okay, okay, okay. Definitely agree with that. My solution is, first thing we need to do is we need to fast. And when I say fast, I mean fast off of certain things that you feel like you can live without, or you think you can't live without. You know, just give yourself a couple days at first. Stay up off YouTube for a while. If you feel like you addicted to it, you feel like you addicted to BS, the entertainment and all of that, fast from it. See how you feel when you're not looking at certain things. When you know, um, fast off of the music that you listen to, because a lot of the music is what influences those thoughts too. Start listening to other things instead of just coming on YouTube and listening to music. Listen to lectures. So that's one of my solutions. First, we need to purge our minds of certain things. Now I know it's not going to completely go away because that's impossible. But let's start with that. Only look at things that's going to benefit you. And you can even look at self-help videos that's on YouTube that'll help you purge, because we need a change in our paradigm. And the way we're going to change our paradigm is if we change the way we think. So first, I feel like we definitely need to fast and stay away from certain things for a while. And then the second thing that we need to do is we need to constantly be around the people that's going your way. Stay in your lane and be around people that's going your way in life. Be around the people that want to go ahead, not people that want to go backward or people who want to stay stagnant. Because that's another thing that affects our thinking. And that's proven through the definition of social programming. It affects everybody, your family members, your friends. So certain friends got to cut off. You may can't cut them off right away because a lot of the people that's in our life that are toxic and that's catering to our mentality has been around us all of our lives or maybe 20 years plus. So fast from them. Give them 2, 3 months, you know? Sit back and just watch them from afar. See if they're growing in any way. And if you don't see that, try your best to not deal with them as much as you can. Deal with them in splurts or let them come in your environment. That way you can control what goes on. That way you're not fully affected by their toxicity. So those are things I feel like we could start with, family. So I appreciate you, brother Rob. It's always a pleasure building with you. And like I said, bro, we could definitely set that show up where you're presenting your presentation, about propaganda and how deep it goes. So just hit me up about that, bro, and we could get to it, man. So any last things you want to say to the people?
Um, I just say that me how what motivates me every day. Purpose, bro. Purpose. I try to live a purpose driven life. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm getting up, I'm going to work, I'm gonna try to be as inspiring as I can. And the purpose is, you know, whatever the outcome is with those students. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be my final word, man. Try to find a purpose in life, something bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? And in doing that, you will always be motivated because you know that you serving a greater good, something greater than, being able to, buy $300 belt or the new Jordans and all of that old, surface stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that'll be pretty much what I gotta say in closing.
No doubt, no doubt, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody in the chat tonight. I appreciate everybody for listening. Make sure y'all go and subscribe to my brother Rob, the educator. Just type in brother Rob in a search engine, and he should pop up. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and support this good brother. He always bringing that fire. He's bringing what we need. He's bringing that education. He's bringing that real knowledge that we need to implement. So I appreciate everybody. Um, Shout out to my big brother Sir Hibbler for the donation. I appreciate you, brother. Um, Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good day tomorrow. Y'all stay safe. Just tuned in to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross. Good night, everybody. Peace.